Is this thing on? Check, check. It's Bryside, the video game song guy. Do me a favor real quick and turn your volume up. Come on, let's go! Boom! That's a headshot, son. I'm a Call of Duty pro. Come and get some. Turn your volume up and sing it with me. We're playing COD, Modern Warfare 3. I still remember the day. It was November the 8th, just after midnight when I took my Black Ops to scout the tray. No need to aim down the sights. I hold the trigger and spray. Every shot that I pop always ends up to the face, collecting dog tags faster than the pound.